Hello and welcome to Music Toolbox. This is another Free App Friday. Today we'll be looking at Tempo Slow. In Tempo Slow, you take any recording, whether it's on your hard drive, whether it's on your iTunes, or in your Dropbox, or something you record off your mic, and you slow the tempo down. So I've preloaded a track from the Gorillaz album Fallen called Ashen Forest. Here it is at 100% tempo. Now what Tempo Force lets me do is, with the slider, and you have to touch right where it's lit up, I can turn and reduce the tempo. Now notice it's becoming a little distorted. Let's turn it down a little bit. What it does is it slows the tempo down, but here's the key. It doesn't change the pitch of the music. Now, if you remember doing this with like an old analog system, when you slowed a recording down, it would actually lower the pitch. So if you slowed it down by half, it would lower the pitch by an octave. But here it retains the pitch. Now, the more you slow it down, the more distorted and funny it gets, in order to retain the pitch. And you can also speed it up. Now, beyond the novelty of something like this, how could this be useful in your classroom, or even just in your musical life and your musical experience? Well, I think this application really shines when it's being used for dictation. So, for instance, say I am out doing some field work as an ethnomusicologist, and I am listening to a recording I have just made the morning before of somebody singing a song in Hungarian like Bartók would have to do, but I don't have Bartók's really sharp ear. So what this would let me do is it would let me slow down a recording so I could do the dictation into notation that I needed to do without losing the pitch. Or say you have a student who wants to learn a guitar riff but can't quite figure out what someone's playing. Well, you can slow it down so that you can hear each individual pitch. Now, there's going to be some distortion there, but you can still hear the individual pitches. Or, for instance, say you want to do dictation of a Bach chorale in your ear training class. And instead of playing it on the piano yourself, you want them to actually listen to the chorale being sung. Well, you could take a recording and slow it down, and you could play it for the students that way. And once you've made the changes, you can save. So I'm going to save a copy of the extremely fast version of this song to my Dropbox, and it exports. And that is that. I can also email it to myself. So this is Tempo Slow. At first blush, it might not seem that useful or interesting, but I think actually you could find a lot of really good practical uses for it in your classroom. Thanks a lot.